Hello, hello. How's
What
that
up?
doing, Mo? How are you?
Man, I am doing great. It's a beautiful day in America.
Great or great?
Great.
Great.
Or
Love it.
whatever Tony the Tiger says. Great.
You gotta do a little thing too, though.
Huh?
You gotta do a little thing too, like with the.
What did he used to do? Great.
Hey, there it is.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, I'm feeling great, dude. It's a great. I'm not. I'm just gonna say, it's a great day.
Cheesy smile. Love it.
Cheesy smile. That's right.
Hey, Mo, we have made it to episode 5.
We're
Episode
really on episode 5.
5 of the Ringside Hour, my
All
friend.
right, man. I was scared at first. I thought this wasn't gonna last.
About 2 weeks, about 3 weeks, maybe I'd be like, nah, I don't want to do it no more.
I figured I probably no, not that. I figured I probably would say the wrong thing because sometimes I can go off the rail a little bit, and I figured we'd get canceled or banned. So
Well,
yes, we made it.
we got one that was questionable, but
Oh yeah, that one. I've learned my lesson.
yeah, it was good though. I'm glad it was early on, and now we've moved forward. But
Absolutely. How are
uh,
you doing, my friend? Yeah,
doing phenomenal, man. It's been a hectic week, crazy week, very great week for many reasons, but all is well, thankfully. So,
yeah,
um, but
absolutely.
I do want to welcome everyone to, of course, the Ringside Hour. Please make sure you guys like, subscribe, as well as follow us at the Ringside Hour. Hashtag TRH coming to you on Thursday, January 21st. Not our usual day due to the events of yesterday with the inauguration, everything. We decided to push the podcast to today. However, next week we will be back on Wednesday around our usual time slot between 6 and 8, depending on what we decide. But that's why you should hit that notification button so you can make sure you catch us, or follow Mo on Facebook, and you will get that notification.
I'm sorry, I had to do it. I mean, the
so,
comments are hilarious.
so we get the notification of us starting. All right, so
Well, we appreciate you watching our podcast, whether you're clothed or naked or whatever suits your boat. We want you to be comfortable.
we're gonna get thrown off because of the guests, not even us.
I don't know. Maybe I might do an episode naked one week. Look, as long as you get the black bars, just get the black bars.
It's gonna be one of those shows. Got it. All
Right.
right. Cool. Well, let's get right into it. We have a pretty packed and exciting show. We also have a very special guest, but we're gonna start off with our usual recap. It's gonna be a quicker recap than our usual. Then we're gonna go into our topic for the week, which is signature moves. I call them finishers, but more like signature moves.
Signature, man. Once I became an adult,
An adult.
I call them what they're they're meant to be called. They are signature moves.
But
They're
they
not finishers. This is not a video game.
finish.
Okay.
All right, I get it.
Right. They are WWE signature moves. All
Got it.
right.
All right, so we'll go through those, talk about a bunch of our favorite ones, as well as what we think are the best. And then our debate topic of the week, we're talking comic books and heroes. We're going with DC and Marvel. We're going to have some questions regarding that. So please make sure you guys comment in the comment box as appropriate as possible.
And
Mr.
of course, I just wanted to give a little background on that. The reason for that was the most recent movie that came out from DC. I had a lot to say about it. So
And you had, never mind, we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
we're going to get to it.
We'll talk. All right,
Yeah.
so let's start with our weekly recap. So we are not talking AEW or NXT from last night because we still need to catch up a little bit, and I still want to see a couple things from it. So we'll touch on that next week. So we're talking AEW and NXT from last week, as well as SmackDown and Raw. Not a very eventful week, Mo. I do just wanted to hit on a couple
Not at
topics.
all.
For AEW, the Inner Circle. So obviously we have MJF in there. So what do you think is ultimately going to happen with Jericho and MJF? Do you think this is a ploy to get a leadership position for MJF and kick Chris Jericho out, or what do you think's going on with that?
Well, first, I just want to say let's take a look to admire that my beard is starting to grow back in after I prematurely shaved it all off
Your thoughts coming back. I appreciate it.
last week. Yeah, I feel like a man again. Okay, I was a little boy last week, so Starting to get back into it. To your question, yes, dude, Chris Jericho, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. He's passing the torch, I do believe, to MJF. It's that time. Chris Jericho is winding down. His time has come. They just have to build up on a great storyline. And I think the Inner Circle is the right fashion to do it. And yeah, I think it's going to be a great storyline. I'm liking it so far. They're hot. They're popular. MJF, he's a young guy, so he's going to have years ahead of him in this game. So based off his persona, his character, Chris Jericho is the man to help facilitate that into the next era.
I agree. I think it's an ultimate storyline to get MJF to be the leader. So I'm excited to see how they'll play that out and actually have him be the leader now and have everyone turn against Jericho. And to your point, I think this is the way that Jericho either transitions over to commentary or who knows
Which
what
he's great at. He's phenomenal on the
hilarious.
mic.
Hilarious. Even when he tries not to break character, that whole thing last week with Snoop, where he's just bashing Snoop and then he comes over and shakes his hand and he's laughing. But he's like, I still hate that guy. But
I'm waiting for Snoop to come back, man.
Who knows? He's on that promotion tour for that big show with Cody's.
Oh yeah, have you seen the show?
I saw a little preview of it. The dude with the alligators, and he's
yeah.
unblindfolded across it.
Yeah,
I didn't see.
It's pretty cool. I like it.
So you would recommend?
I would recommend it. I mean, it has Snoop Dogg on it. Snoop is funny. You have Cody Rhodes as well. So I mean, it brings a new light to what you're normally used to seeing on these type of shows.
I'm
thinking about trying out.
What are you gonna do?
I have talent. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Can I jump off of I don't know, a ladder or something into a pool of pudding or something? I don't know.
All right, so Jericho.
Really?
You want to jump into? All right, moving on. Not much else with AEW. The storyline with Kenny Omega and the Elite, and then the whole thing with Impact is still going on. Not too much to talk about. There was a Good Brothers appearance again on this episode, and they snubbed the Young Bucks in terms of that tag team title. So we'll see what happens with that this week. Let's move over to NXT. NXT, the most exciting thing right now going on over there, which I'm a pretty big fan of, is the
Yes, you are.
Rhodes Tag Team Classic. So wanted to go through this, and we're going to put a graphic up here. It's the Dusty Rhodes Classic bracket. We do not own this. This is taken from WWE.com. So credits to them for this. But wanted to kind of
look at you making sure we don't get sued.
We learned our lesson. But I wanted to kind of get your opinion. Who do you think is going to take the full thing? We have a couple rounds that already went through. So, but ultimately, who do you think is taking the whole thing?
All right. So hopefully they have not been eliminated. The new kids on the block. I'm gonna say MSK.
MSK with their debut.
With the debut was hot, so I'm gonna throw them in the line to move forward, and probably Undisputed Era.
Okay, so Cole and Strong.
Yeah. So those are my two picks.
So I'm thinking that it's gonna go, and just based off of how they've been pushing certain tag teams, I think it's gonna, for the left side, the quarterfinals will go down to Strong. So Cole and Strong, so the Undisputed Era versus the Grizzled Young Veterans. And I actually think the Grizzled Young Veterans are going to take it just because they want to push them as the next tag team. And then on the right side, I could see MSK going through to the semis. And then I'm assuming they'll either go up against either Legado del Fantasma or Imperium. But I think Imperium will ultimately take it.
How you pronounce that last name? What's his name?
Legado del Fantasma.
It said, wait, one more time.
Fantasma.
Ah, okay.
Your turn.
I'm just gonna call him Dale. I'm not going through all that. Hey.
So it's going to be MSK versus Dale.
versus Dale.
And then I'm going to actually go with it. It'd be a great match between Grizzled Young Veterans and Legado del Fantasma or Dale.
Yeah,
And
oh, there we go. Okay.
give it to the young veterans. That's my opinion. I may
Okay.
be way off, but based off what I'm seeing. Then we have the women's Dusty Classic, first time ever. So the first women's Dusty Tag Team Classic. This one is much shorter, so much smaller of a bracket. Who do you got for this one?
Dakota Kai.
Okay.
Yep, and Raquel,
I'll usually
Raquel,
Raquel.
Raquel,
Alice, got it.
Raquel. Whatever.
Um,
I
I
knew a Raquel. From
I agree. I think it's that's
used to
gonna
stay
be.
on Madison. Let me stop.
It's just one of those days. All
I
right.
know. I'm
So
happy. I'm happy. It's a great day.
So yeah, I agree. Dakota Kai and Raquel will take the right side, left side of the bracket. I'm Candice and Indy, I think, are going to take it through cheating, obviously.
Okay.
They're the heels, and then ultimately, yeah, Dakota Kai and Raquel, I think, are going to take the cup on that side. So that's pretty much with NXT. As far as SmackDown, just wanted to get your thoughts on the Roman Reigns and Adam Pearce, and now, as we learned, Kevin Owens' little saga. So, what'd you think of that little turn in that Adam Pearce outsmarting the head of the table?
Yeah, I mean, you called it out smart, and I think it was still bad by WWE Creative. I was excited for, for seeing the how this was going to play out. The Adam Pearce, it could have been a shocker. They could have. It was so many different things they could have done. It undermined the previous week where they had the that tournament, that gauntlet match. And you had Shinsuke Nakamura. He pretty much won it. I just don't get how Kevin Owens just came into the picture because we've already been down that road. So yeah, I don't know. I think they dropped the ball on that, but you
It's
know,
it's weird. I get where they're coming from, right? So they want to make it seem that Roman is running everything, so that he's going to choose his opponent, which is going to be someone easy who he can beat. But I was excited to see either Shinsuke. Side note, I do like. It looks like they're splitting up, possibly Shinsuke and Cesaro. They're still a
good.
tag team per se, but they're each doing singles matches, which is good. And I love how Daniel Bryan is moving these guys forward or putting them over, I should say. But I agree with you. I think there's something else that could have been done. It was nice to see that they're trying something. I just think they could have gone in a different direction. But uh,
Mm.
what do you think of Apollo Cruz? Looks like he may be joining Roman and Jay as a heel.
That'll be exciting. I don't think it's gonna happen, but if it does, hey, he needs to be on something because obviously what he's trying to do by himself is not working. So he needs some sort of push, and if he can join Roman, that's the hottest thing right now. So that'll help him build up his career, and I think he's gonna have a run with Big E.
Yes,
So yeah,
that'll be a good feud. I think they're kind of a little bit trying to copy and paste what they did with the Hurt Business and pair
yeah.
some guys that don't really have much going on, put them together. So put them there, and then they win the Intercontinental title. Then they have the Universal title, which would be cool under that. And then maybe there's a power struggle with Apollo and Jay, but we'll see.
I
Monday.
think I still say they need to bring more people in to the
Oh,
head of the table. That
had
bothers me that it's only two people.
two.
Especially they have a big ass family. So the Samoan family. So
Who else do you want to bring?
I mean, they have Tamina. I mean, damn, they have a lot of people that they can bring in. The brother, Jimmy. Was it Jimmy? Yeah, Jimmy, his wife.
He should be back. He should be back later. So should um, they should all be back, I believe, early this year, from what I know.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So we'll see. Maybe they're the whole family, or they turn against him, and then there's a feud.
No,
Ooh,
that's too soon for that, man. You build up this fashion.
it's WWE. They'll
You're right.
all right.
You're
Let's
right.
move over to Raw. I actually didn't mind this episode of Raw. It was okay. I'll go over what I hated in a minute, but the Randy Orton promo in the beginning with the mask after last week or 2 weeks ago, Alexa Bliss threw that fireball, which was actually ripped from back in the day when Kane did that.
Yeah, Kane shot it in was it Xbox face?
That's it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so what'd you think of that promo that Randy Orton cut?
I don't know. What did you think of that promo?
So I no, and I know what you're saying that, but it's I liked it just because it put him in another dimension in terms of what he can do with his character because he's been stale as hell for a while. But I like the way
Mhm.
that he actually um, dug into a different side, and you could tell that all he was trying to move everything towards the Royal Rumble, saying that he's going to be in there now and nothing's going to stop it, and pain is what motivates him to succeed and all this crap. But I don't think he's going to win. Actually, I really hope
Yeah.
he doesn't win.
I think it's something fresh. Like you said, he's been stale. Just lingering around for the last few years. So something new, which I think is going to lead to some sort of cinematic match at the Royal Rumble with the Fiend. So yeah, I mean, yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
Um, Here's what I hated about Monday Night Raw. So you
Amongst so many other things.
well, it's again about this damn women's tag division. So we have the tag team champions right now, Asuka, who's also the Raw Women's Champion, and Charlotte Flair as the tag champions. Yet they're not defending the titles. They're not working as a tag team. This week they had Charlotte off doing her own feud with her thing with her dad. And then you have why am I blanking on her name? Right.
Asanka,
No,
gosh,
not Asuka.
Oscar.
No,
Who are
not
you
Asuka.
talking about? Lacey Evans.
Lacey Evans. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Lacey Evans. Yeah, got women's right though. No, Lacey Evans and Ric Flair doing that weird thing. That's
Yeah, I don't get that.
so Charlotte Flair's doing that, right? Nothing to do with the tag team. And then you have Asuka over here. Finally, looks like possibly defending that women's title. But my question is, why do they even have the tag titles? Why aren't they on someone else when we have repeated matches? We have all the women's being paired here and there, but we're holding the tag team champions. They could be defending it down in NXT as well, but it's just they're holding it, which is dumb.
The classic WWE, just dropping the ball with the creative,
Yep.
with the writing. I mean, come on, you have all these talented women on the roster. Like you said, being paired up that could actually bring justice to the tag team titles, which are fairly new still, amongst titles. So you want to, keep them, get them out there, defend them in order to build some sort of prestige along the line. But
Hey Mo. By the way, in case you didn't know, we have this list of ladies that could also be in
there
the
you go.
picture. Like what? What are
There
we
you go.
doing here?
That's 8 teams right there.
Right?
8 teams, 16 women. Come on, and you're not even counting the ones that are in WWE. So
And when they come back, the injured ones, you have a full roster, but they don't know.
yeah.
And then Alexa Bliss ends the show where she did her creepy thing. So I'm excited to see when finally Bray Wyatt or the Fiend or whatever new version of that comes back. Because it looks like right now it seems like he's doing everything through Alexa. And
Did
she's
she like use his move or something?
yeah, she's using the
Sister Abigail.
Sir Abigail's finisher. I'm sorry, signature move.
That's right.
On everyone. Again, she's playing it off real well. She plays this character really, really well, and I like to see her being used well and used her strengths, which is great. So that's pretty much the recap. Again, we'll cover AEW and NXT, which actually look to be great shows this week. We'll cover that in next week's show. But let's move over to our topic, and we have a special guest, last minute guest. But I'm glad that we were able to get him.
Why you had to say that last minute and all that? They did not have to know that.
Of the overlay. Okay, that's why.
Oh, okay.
Not the name and whatever.
Okay.
Anyway,
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest in the building. You got to come on. You got to bring some energy to it.
I was going to you for the intro.
Oh, okay. Let me know when you're ready.
We have a guest. Please, Mo, take it away.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest joining us. We're going to talk about a little bit of old school wrestling, some WWE signature moves, or as my buddy Nilo would say, finishers. We all been there as we've been kids. We used to admire and watch the WWE and how they everyone had their own finisher or signature move. So we're going to talk about that and just go over some of our favorites. So we want to welcome Q, Mr. Q Hampton, to the podcast.
Hey. I do have my
I know, right?
Right.
I wish you got him.
I should have did it myself, but it's all good.
Yeah, man, you could have told me. I could have pulled up a video or something with some sound effects.
Oh, no, it's all good.
We got guest Q.
Oh, wait, hold on. Could you hear that?
Wait, do it again.
Right. Q Hampton's in the building.
Oh,
I'm
BQ.
sorry, man.
There we go.
I'll take it.
All right. There it is. One more time,
There it is,
Nilo.
bro.
What was that? One more time.
Yeah.
There you go, buddy.
Welcome, brother, to the Ringside Hour.
What's happening, brothers?
All right,
Brother.
we are discussing
Brother.
moves, aka finishers today. So, kind of want to. I don't know. We didn't really plan how to do this. We wanted to kind of just do it sporadic and see kind of where it goes.
Yeah.
So, Mo, I think the way we should run this, and you tell me if you'd like to or not. We'll just kind of go back and forth like we did with the band video with the intros, and we'll talk about our finishers, and then Q, we would like your input on these, and if you have one of your favorite ones, please let us know, and we'll kind of go through it. So, Mo, why don't you kick us off with what's your first finish? I'm sorry, signature.
Okay, you know what? I will use finisher because I'm going to take it back to 2000, 2001 as a kid. We always calling them finisher moves. So for me, I'm going to start off one that I thought was absolutely hilarious and hands down was one that I could do, which is going to be the Rikishi stank face. That one was a classic. Was it not?
Wait,
was it not? Look, I don't know if they're watching.
So you out here stink facing?
I don't know if they're on it, but we was kids. Look, god damn it, we were kids, and we used to see that. If my buddies Lionel, George, Christopher, and all of them was probably Richard, and all of them probably watching. You damn right. You put them in the corner of the bed and all that, and then just run. You got to smack the cheeks. It led to a few fights and all that other stuff, but it was all fun.
I don't want nobody ass in my face like that.
Rikishi did it. I'm just saying, it was.
Well, it's crazy.
It was a classic.
It's crazy because Rikishi started and now everybody's eating groceries. So I guess
Joining the Eat a Booty Club.
Eat the booty. Get the booty.
Now they can watch. Look, now they can watch it with their spouse, their significant other, and be like, okay. So when you gonna stay? Okay. Right. So you gonna let me stay face you?
Set it off. Set it off right there. He was ahead of his time. It was the move that keeps moving.
Hey yo, bae, I want you to stank face me.
He said, hey,
okay.
Say yo, bae.
Hey yo, bae.
The stink. Yo,
gonna hit me with that Rikishi?
Oh, this took a turn. All right.
It's so funny.
But
we're still talking about wrestling. Just let everybody know we're still talking wrestling.
Well, we're still talking about wrestling, and that was Rikishi. He was known for the stank face. Right. Okay, where he would perform that move. Yeah. A lot of the wrestlers would vomit afterwards, but it was still a classic. It was funny, and it got him over.
It did, and so disgusting. But I will say that it did. Props to all the wrestlers that agreed to take it.
Absolutely.
I would say, hell no.
There's no way you putting your ass in my face.
And so dramatic with it. And it's so crazy they did the acting because it just be hands.
And that's like, some of them were smart. They turned this way and we're like,
Yeah.
Some of them were just like, okay, I'll take it. Like,
I think it's the ones that probably didn't move their head at the right moment because then that nose get in there. like once the nose get in there, that's when you messed up.
Like damn,
there's no turning away from there. It's just there.
Wait a minute, motherfucker, hold on.
Right.
What you doing?
But so we along with the Rikishi, I'm gonna slash dash whatever you want to call it, the bonsai drop. That was also cool because not only was Rikishi doing it, but also his predecessor, another family member, Yokozuna. I think that was phenomenal. You see the Yokozuna get on the top rope. Yep. And you looking up and you see all that ass falling down on you.
You have to make sure this one is blocked for kids, bro.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, but sometimes look, okay, let's be real here. You cannot use the word butt when you're talking about all Rikishi and Yokozuna did not have a butt. That was a whole lot of ass.
We'll rock around with double asses.
All right, we're gonna move on.
Double ass.
in that same scene,
So 2 for 2.
my favorite, my friend, um, and I can't tell you how many times this move almost broke some necks because we're not supposed to be doing these moves, right?
Nilo hates us right now.
I know.
I'm moving on. I'm not talking about asses, so I'm done. I'm moving on to the pedigree.
Love you, Neil.
Yeah, absolutely. The pedigree.
Not only that,
that one.
when people took it the right way back in the day, awesome. When
Yeah.
they didn't like put the knee up or whatever or mess it up, but
I got
that
hurt
move,
with that damn move. I remember that shit. One of my classmates did that shit. I didn't even know. It's so screwed up. I didn't even know it was coming, and got pedigree. I was like, yeah, I was in a different state of mind. I even let somebody even pedigree me to get that coming, but yeah.
I mean, it has to be painful. First of all, your arms are being locked up, and then you're falling face first, to the floor. And then that was a very painful move.
because you got your arms up and it's
have your arms up.
Yeah,
natural. You put your knee down, but those wrestlers that didn't put their knee down and took it right, that's what made that move awesome.
That was not.
And that's the thing. That's when they try to take these moves. A lot of these moves, some of them work, some don't. But when Rollins was doing the pedigree, it wasn't the same. It was Triple H's, and he's the one that should keep it.
I think because Triple H was so, he was muscular and built up and all that. It added that extra effect to it,
right?
Like, with him, doing it.
True. Shout out to Mr. Don Julio joining us. Please make sure you guys check out
Julio. Yes,
his guest, The Wrestling Hour. Make sure you guys catch him and follow him, please.
Yes, sir. You can always check him out on, I believe it's Monday and Wednesdays. Wake Up and Win as well.
Wake Up and Win.
Yes, sir.
Caught it Monday. It was great.
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Maurice, what's your next one?
Oh, it's back on me?
I mean, I can go again.
What about Q? Q, what's one of your favorite signature or finishers?
You
look like you used to do like the Swanton Bomb or something.
Nah.
Q looked like when he was younger, he was just always jumping off of stuff.
You know what? I was a little more daring at that time. That wasn't my favorite. I did try it, and all that took. Sometimes I learned about one time for me. That's what I took.
Yeah.
And I was like, I did that shit in there, and Jeff makes it look cool, but I tried it off a bump bed, did not work.
Yeah.
Did not work. But my favorite was actually the rock bottom. Reason because that was the easiest move to catch somebody, and they did not see it coming.
That's true.
Yeah, man. Vonnie was my wrestling buddy during that time. So when we thought we were, in the WWE, and we're downstairs in the basement, it's just all of a sudden here, turn around. It's just grab.
Yeah, right.
The easiest one to do. You just put it over.
It's just easy. It's just the easiest move to do. It was the rock bottom one, and then the stunner was. I had to put them together. The stunner was. Those are the ones, like I said, I don't know, like watching it is one thing, but like doing it was the easiest ones to get on somebody because they never seen it coming. Maybe I might not got the kick all the time, but I definitely just good right here.
But you got to follow it up with the people's elbow, though.
You got it. Yeah, it depends on how far you go on, but definitely the rock bottom was my favorite.
The people's elbow was the dumbest move
because I was like, well, who lays there unless somebody drop an elbow?
It was the dumbest move.
Over move at that time. One up.
I mean, it was. Don't get me wrong, because I was a fan of The Rock. But as I got, it was a setup.
You put them together. Put them together.
People's elbows.
Got to put them together.
It's the performance behind it. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna wait. All right, go to one side of the ring, but it probably hurt. Possibly, it could have.
I mean, you know what? At the end of the day,
tell me that don't hurt. I said, let me drop an elbow on your chest.
I thought about that. I'm thinking now. I'm like, that probably did. Yeah.
Look, truth be told, you can look. Let's look. Any move that you hit me with, I would probably be out for a 3 count.
Right.
Like, if you think about it, like you can chop me,
crying like, all right.
Like, just hit me across the chest, chop me, and I'd be like, and I'll just fall out, and I'm down for a 3 count.
Down for a 3 count.
Match is over.
Oh man. Let's see. We got some comments here. Don Julio saying I used to like putting people in the crossface. Submission.
Woo!
Yes. Let's go over submissions. Let's switch it up a little bit. My favorite submission move, and only person that I love when they did it, and the one that put it over, Mr. Canada himself, the sharpshooter.
Oh god.
No one Hart 2, I should say. Sharpshooter.
Bret Hart.
Yep.
See, the thing with that is so many people started using it.
That's why I said back when he did it. Not now, because now it's just the most overused. But when he did, that was the shit.
Was he the originator of the sharpshooter? Bret Hart?
Not the originator, but he's the one that brought
I'm saying he's the one that made it famous.
Prominence. So
it was a great one. You ever put someone in a sharpshooter? You know, any one of your brothers?
I did. I also put him in a figure 4, which was one of my other ones, and I got put in a figure 4, and that hurts when done. When they actually apply the pressure down, hurts. But when they don't, it's just you basically just laying your foot on it.
Nothing hurts more than, like Don said, the goddamn that crippler crossface.
Yeah, I mean with the crossface. The ankle lock was one of them for me.
Oh, that's easy to do.
Ken Shamrock's Ken Shamrock's ankle lock was that's the one that like all my cousins used to do. That was the way they go to.
It seemed like it didn't add the effect of hurting unless you like started screaming while you had them in it. Right. You had to grab that foot and be like, ah.
No, because first you're laughing. You're laughing at it, and then it's like they get serious. It's like, hold on, wait a minute, hold up.
Look, the worst is if you're asleep and you have someone wake you up inside of a wrestling move like the ankle lock. It's like you'd be like, and then you instantly in pain.
So confused. Hey, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
So the walls of Jericho, but not the walls, because that's just a Boston Crab. I like the actual lion tamer, the one where the neck is like.
Oh yeah.
When it's actually done, and the reason he stopped is because a lot of people couldn't take it or weren't doing it right. But that was for sure.
That's what she said.
No. we were doing so good. It was like a good, I think, 5 minutes.
I know it was like 5 minutes without. Yeah. Okay. We were. Yeah. Okay. We're back to rated R.
Doing the walls of Jericho, right?
All right.
No, but to your point, you're right. Because he used to have variations of the walls of Jericho where it was either the Boston Crab, where he would probably sit down, and when he got you in the move. But once he was standing up, and then he'll put his knee, like in, and then
When only the neck and like the head were down, that's when it looked cool.
Yeah.
But what about now here's a controversial one. You're gonna.
Here it is.
I'm ready for it.
But when done right, and the only person I think or the person that did it the best, is the lariat, aka the clothesline. But the person that did it the best was Bradshaw when he did the clothesline from hell.
Yeah, that's
damn. That looked bad.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. Something as simple as a clothesline. You've seen every wrestler was doing it. I mean, it's part of a fundamental. It's part of wrestling.
Because we've been seeing some people literally flip.
They flip.
I'm like, damn.
Shot lariat. Yep.
Yeah.
What do you? How did you even? But I'm like, damn, that's some force.
They flip. All up in the air and everything from the move. Yeah, that was.
I always felt like the harder they came into it, the harder that they would.
But he used to run into it too,
right?
When he was about to clothesline them.
Well, in his younger,
APA time.
Yeah, that clothesline changed a little bit. The older he got, shit, caught on. But they
clothesline people for fun.
Like, do you just be on the streets and just be like, ah?
Oh man,
we should. I would try that.
No, clothesline somebody.
Next time I have a disagreement with someone, there's not going to be any arguing. Damn it, I'm just going to clothesline you.
You just going to clothesline me?
And then I'm going to bounce off of something too. I feel like I got to bounce off of something, to get a head start.
That's a crowd move.
Run into the wall?
Just run through a crowd and clothesline.
You gonna see me running around trying to gain momentum? I'm like, what the hell is Maurice doing? And then next thing I'm just gonna end with a clothesline.
You had a breath by the time you picked
I
that
probably am.
In today's news, there was a black man running around with his arm up.
Right.
Apparently, 5 people were injured.
I'm gonna be on CNN and on Fox News. It's gonna be 2 narratives that's gonna be out there. Hey, one I was defending myself. The other one I was let me stop.
Right, look, right. We go to a whole different demographic right now.
Hangman Adam Page uses the buckshot Larry.
They gonna find one of the worst photos of me on Facebook on Fox News to post up. They call me all types of thugs and everything. Y'all know damn well I ain't.
Look at Nilo. Oh, Nilo.
Hey, why don't you shout out what you're drinking over there? Making you all goofy.
I'm drinking lemonade, sir. I'm drinking lemonade. I don't want to name the unless we're getting sponsored.
I'm not.
Yeah, please don't. Let's move on to.
Well, it's my turn now. I mean, it's my turn.
I mean, you just. All right, go ahead.
I'm sorry, but you know a move that I actually did like. That was one of my favorites.
You got to warn first by slapping your bicep first.
Oh, we got a problem? Then I started running around in a circle, getting momentum, and then boom, clothesline them.
They don't even move.
They don't even move.
What's that?
No, they're gonna move. Trust me. If I bump into you, no matter what, you're gonna move. So
yeah, they gonna think you're doing the damn TikTok challenge, man.
Oh, there go Maurice at it again with that damn TikTok.
Shut up, give him a like.
What was your next one though? What you said the next one?
You know what? This was a move that I loved. I don't know why, but I used to always want to try it, and it was the first move I would try to do in those WWE games back in the day. It was the angle slam.
Oh, good one.
I love the angle slam.
That's another one. I always like the ones unexpected. The ones that you could, I mean, of course they've seen it coming, but the ones you could just get somebody and they never seen it coming.
Yeah.
That's the ones my dumb ass always fell into. I'd be so fucking mad because it's like you always think you'll never be able to get me with it.
Because it's so easy because you could just be sitting, standing on the side of someone. And, a lot of times people be chilling. They may have their arm around your neck or whatever, your shoulder. Yeah. Oh, that's an easy setup right there. All you got to do is just lift them up from the leg and swing.
Yeah, that's how some of my friends used to give me that. Be like, yo, Q, walk with me, talk with me. My dumb ass be like, what's up? And they be like, all of a sudden, and I'm like, mother
flipper.
And I couldn't even be mad because I lagged. My dumb ass fell into it. I'm like, okay, I got you.
Do you find that with being, smaller, it was easy for people to just do moves on you?
I hated it because then I'd be trying. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on.
Trying to put all your weight down, but it's still not enough.
It's tough, you motherfucker. I'm gonna get you I'm gonna catch you slipping at some point. But yeah, that's how they always used to get me. But I was a good sport about it.
I used to have, they'd be like, yeah, man, I'm about to hit you with the F5, which is another move, and then they realize I can't hit you with the F5. Because you got to get me on your shoulders first.
I'm going to get this motherfucker with F1.
Then they'd be like, you know what? We're just going to settle with a rock bottom. We're just going to do that. In order, right.
So, Q, you brought up a cool thing. So in terms of unexpected ones, and I think that one of the most unexpected ones that's out there and it's actually been enabled as out of nowhere is the RKO, formerly known as the Diamond Cutter, made famous by DDP, and even some tag teams like using it in the Dudley Boys using the 3D. What you guys think about the RKO or the cutter?
RKO definitely was a good one. 3D, I like the 3D.
Oh, the 3D.
The 3D was the one. That was a team effort. We had to plan for that one.
We used to do that in the pool.
Yeah,
all the time.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the pool because that was the safest because nobody would get hurt. But if it was Max around, definitely 3D was the best one.
It still hurts.
It hurts. All of them pretty hurt to me, honestly. It depends on what you fall on. But I mean, I fell on the floor, mat.
I remember getting rock bottom. I remember we got into a fight. It was a buddy of mine, Lionel. We were at the YMCA and we got into a fight with a lot of the locals.
You guys got into a YMCA war.
A YMCA fight.
Who rumbles at the Y?
Oh, I know. And one of the kids hit me with a rock bottom. I think we were probably like, I don't know, 11 years old or something. And I remember I got hit with the rock bottom on the blue mats. You know, the blue mats that you used to always bring out doing gym and all the other stuff. And man, I just had to lay there for a minute. I was like, damn, this hurt. This ain't no joke.
Yeah. Cause at this point, I now understand the concept. When they be like, yeah, I seen stars. Like, damn, like I really like, oh shit, that's really it's not a joke.
It's not a joke. When it. You ever been you fall or get knocked out or something you on the ground and all you do is just start looking up at the light bulbs and start counting how many light bulbs are in the ceiling?
Yeah.
That's the concussion, bro.
No, was that a concussion? Did I have a concussion?
Oh man.
I'm just sitting up there. I'm like, oh, so those are the lights they put up there in the ceiling.
Yeah, I definitely just one of those things where it's just like a constant blink. Like, oh wait, hold on. Like, damn, did that just happen?
But definitely, the RKO dude, it is crazy how that move is everywhere. I mean, even if you're not a wrestling fan, you know what the RKO is.
Oh yeah,
no,
because of out of nowhere, the RKO out of nowhere. It's so easy. You can catch someone off guard and hit them with the RKO. Yep. So
good old Randy Orton.
Absolutely. Add the new Google widget right to your home screen and start your search.
What is that? Is that an ad?
Yeah, I had to get rid of that.
Are we getting sponsored? Are they paying us?
I wish.
Okay.
I had to look at that one because that was a good one. Well, you guys got the fancy stuff going on. You can pull up clips. I can't.
Clips this go around. But what do you guys think of an underrated one? I think it's underrated. It might not be.
I will tell you one right now.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
The most underrated wrestling move ever. And it's not a person that I'm a big fan of as well.
No,
it is going to be the Hulk Hogan, that damn leg drop.
I'm sorry, everyone watching. He likes Taco Bell. That should tell you all.
Just want you to know that the Fiesta potatoes are coming back. So,
man,
the leg drop.
The leg drop is horrible.
Yeah, it's like terrible. So, I thought you said it was good.
No. You said what are some moves that are
underrated?
Oh, you said underrated. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm jumping ahead. Sorry.
We'll do a podcast about stupid moves.
I thought you was talking about the stupid. I'm sorry. I didn't catch you say underrated. My bad.
Then I take back my insult. My bad.
Okay. Underrated. Well, okay. Underrated. You know what? You guys remember the Tash mission?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would love to see someone bring that back and use that as a move.
Well, what about? I mean, this is some people. That's funny because the kids definitely compared you to this one. What about Mark Henry's the strongest slam?
Hey, did you ever tell them that I'm not Mark Henry? Did you ever break the news to them?
I felt like I did, and then Kamari. No, they asked me. They was like, so. It was like I tried to. I think Barry was like, I told one of my friends that Uncle Reese is he doesn't wrestle anymore.
Look, man, you gotta tell. So look, let me just tell this story real quick.
It's funny, Nilo.
Well, he told me. He showed me pictures. I was like, what?
Yeah. So look, I love my nephews, but I thought that they were not going to believe me when I said this, when I told them this. So they came over. They came over one day to my place, and we were watching WWE, and and Mark Henry. There was a match with Mark Henry against, I don't even remember, John Cena or someone, right? And I don't know who came up with the idea, if it was me or if it was Q, but we was joking and said that was me. And I was like, yeah, man, I used to be a wrestler back in the day. My name used to be Mark Henry, and they went along with it, and and we started watching matches, and I was like, yeah, man, who you think gonna win this match? Emmanuel was Mark Henry versus like John Cena or someone, and they was like, you Uncle Reese. And so it's funny. And then at the time, and then it wasn't until like later on, maybe like a week or two later, I think I was having a conversation with Quinell, his son, his oldest son, and he was talking about, yeah, man. So do you still talk to The Rock? And I was like, why would I talk to The Rock? And he was like, yeah, because you used to work, you used to work together. And I was like, oh man, The Rock went Hollywood and he stopped talking to me. And he's like, oh man, because I really want to talk to The Rock. So I left it up to Q to break the news to the kids and let them know I'm not really Mark Henry.
Well, do they know?
Well, Q, I don't know. Q, did you do your job and tell them that I'm not Mark Henry?
Look, man,
It's like Christmas, man. You can't.
That's something I just feel like they gonna figure out on their own. And it's the fact that it's. So
but he started to tell his friends that I'm Mark Henry.
And Mark Henry, he's like, The Rock didn't win Hollywood because that's recent. He was like, did they start talking yet? And I was like, man, The Rock, you know how he,
The Rock,
over there.
He still don't want to talk to your Uncle Reese.
He's still over there. He just been too big. He don't want to give him a role. Can't even put him in a movie now.
So mine is the Famouser.
The Famouser
by Billy Gunn.
Oh, I'm just an ass man.
Yeah,
that's. You think that's one of the worst ones?
Underrated.
Underrated. Oh, okay. Underrated. Okay.
Literally slamming someone to the ground with. It's kind of like the Booker T. Because he did something like that, but it was just a straight kick.
I don't know if you can call a move underrated if someone steals it and start using it as their own.
Who's using it?
Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler steals from everyone. You don't count that.
Okay.
That's a whole rant about Dolph Ziggler and his trashness. But
okay. Well,
sorry, he's a performer. I shouldn't trash him. He does well for what he does. I just think he should retire. As far as some WCW ones,
ooh,
Jackhammer. Spear is overrated because too many people do spears, but the actual Jackhammer.
As long as it's a Goldberg.
What spear? Well, I was gonna say what spear though, because Edge, we know Edge had the spear. Goldberg had the spear.
Spear's done too much, so I can't.
Well, who had the best spear then?
Between who? Between Edge and Goldberg?
Rhino, the Gore.
Rhino.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Rhino.
I think Rhino does take over. Yeah, definitely out of those three. Yeah, Rhino would probably be the one I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't want to take. I gotta get paid for that one.
Yeah. He was a monster house, and you see, and he was bow legged too. Y'all ever notice this? So you see his bow legged ass just running at you.
But with speed though.
With speed. That was the fastest bow legged man I ever seen in my life.
Like, man, something quite off. Like, what the hell? Yeah, Rhinos was serious. Yeah,
I actually thought that this is quite unpopular, but I was actually gonna say Roman Reigns had probably the best spear to me.
Roman Reigns, okay.
The one where he's good is when he's coming off of the coming down the aisle and he spears someone on the outside.
Because he jumps into it. That's what I was gonna say. He jumps into the spear.
But other than that,
I do believe some moves can be reinvented to make it better, depending on who's doing. So like we were saying with the whole the scissors kick, it really, and then Billy Gunn's Famouser, you watch those, so it's it's similar, but different. I think it depends on how you come into that finisher.
It's the theatrics of the move
that makes it.
Because when you look at the scissors kick, he followed it up with the spinneroonie, which made you love the move even more. 5 times, sucker.
5 times. He's just doing right. He's just breakdancing, but it's just because Book is one of my favorite WWE stars of all time. That's one of my favorites because just of his shit talking. That's what makes Book so funny because he was only one. I got you, yo punk ass. And I thought that's just the funniest thing, ever. Because I'm that's a real, He's serious.
You can relate. You can relate to it. You feel it.
We coming for you, nigga.
Whoa. So let's talk about another overuse of the super kick, also known as.
Oh man.
I think Sweet Chin Music is the best, and ever since I don't think any super kick is over there. I don't know. Young Bucks a little bit, I think, but other than that,
yeah, Shawn Michaels definitely sweet chin music. I just felt like if you walked into that shit, you deserve to get kicked. Anybody that walks into a goddamn kick, you should deserve you that. Yeah, you had that shit coming.
Have you ever been kicked in the face?
I ain't never, and not to this day.
Yeah, I don't think I've been kicked in the face.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And when I do, maybe then my ass probably needed it because that's one of the moves. Like it's a great move, but that's one thing I always wonder. Like, how do you let somebody like you really got to be out of it for that shit to happen? But I guess if you don't see it coming, then hey.
And that's the thing, with Shawn Michaels, it was something about the pop. Like when he would deliver it,
you always heard it. Yeah,
you heard it.
You heard. I'm like, oh, like it. I'm like, yeah, you. It's a kick to a face. I'm just imagining a punch, but like you get the boot to your face,
right,
at any given time. Like, and depending on where you are, like, yeah, definitely a dope one. Let's see.
Oh, here
I've
we go.
been super kicked.
Deontay, I want your I need to know your experience with that.
Was this in the ring?
Yeah, was it in the ring, or was you walking down the street and someone just super kicked you?
Right, you gotta ask.
Like, that was in a match. Come on,
I'm just making sure. No, you gotta ask.
I don't know, man.
For the so Mo and Q, for the second time, I got my last two that I'm gonna do. I'll give you guys your last one or two that you guys got, and then we'll move to our final topic for the debate.
Okay.
So Mo, what's one of your final ones?
You know what? Deontay Ford. Shout out to Deontay. He was on last week. Great episode on speaking with him, a wrestler as well. It is actually was going to be the Frog Splash, but he mentioned the 5-star Frog Splash, which RVD used to do, which he's saying the super kick. He was in the ring when that happened. Okay. So next time we get Deontay on, let's go through a list of moves
that you've taken,
that he's taken, and let's get his reaction and his review on those. Dude, the Frog Splash, another move that's being overused in today's wrestling, but the ones that delivered it that are legendary for it, of course, Eddie Guerrero.
Yep. Yeah,
and then you have variations of it, such as RVD. Who put a lot into it, because RVD he looked like he hurt himself every single time he came down on that. So I will say the 5-star Frog Splash, or Frog Splash, if you want to put it in that whole umbrella. And then there's a new guy that's doing them now, Montez Ford.
The height, though.
The height. Dude, this man is like, I don't know, 6'5", 6'6", or something. Dude is tall. Mm-hmm. And he's slender. And he gets on the ring.
He makes you look fat.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he's very he's very skinny. Thin. He gets on the ring. He's very thin, and he gets on the ring, and he has ups. So imagine someone that can probably dunk, that has ups. Like that height. What you call it? The elevation, or you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I know. I got you.
Yeah. And then he gets on the top of the ring, and then he jumps up like that vertical. He has a high vertical. He jumps up. And then delivers a Frog Splash. So he jumps higher than any other previous wrestler I've ever seen.
Higher than Rod?
I'm talking about higher than dude, yeah. Wait, I'm gonna send you a link. I'm gonna send you a video.
Okay.
And then he jumps into the Frog Splash. So I would say with him, that's one of my favorite
athletics. Yeah, that's the true definition of athletics. Using your body. That's impressive.
Yeah. So 5-star Frog Splash, which is definitely 5-star with Montez Ford. I don't know if he's calling it that, but they used to say from the heavens is what they would say when he delivers it, because he jumps so high. Yeah, man. So that's probably one of my favorites.
So my final two are old school, and only it's just recently been brought back to WWE with Damian Priest, but the Razor's Edge and Styles Clash, because you take that wrong, you break some necks, man.
Leo Rush.
Forget
about Leo Rush as well.
So
those
are my final two. Q, what's your final one, or do you or any other ones you want to talk about?
Oh no, man. I'm like I said, I definitely Rock Bottom. Stunner was definitely one of my favorites, but I think the one that kind of takes it for me was the definitely the Tombstone.
The Tombstone, yeah.
That's been Undertaker. Last Ride was also a great one, and then I'm gonna go throw it to my man's Rey Mysterio, because I always felt like that was unique and quick for the 619 for him. So that was always a cool one to do, and I just like I love to watch him actually do it, but definitely more so to hit it in the video games. That was a huge deal against 619. So yeah, definitely I like the Tombstone, and 619 was like definitely one of my favorites.
Yep,
for sure.
Agree.
Yeah, the Last Ride. I'm glad you mentioned that because it was something about when he get that extra elevation.
That's
like he set you up and then
part of the workout,
boom.
like to lift, like, oh man, you going higher, like that really is. That's your last ride for real. Like he's not doing
absolutely.
Shit no more. So I'm like,
I would agree with that. But then the way Kevin Nash did it, where he just literally drops you, he just like puts you up and then just walks away and drops, versus actually slamming him down.
Oh, the jackknife.
Yep.
Oh, Kevin Nash, yeah. And Kevin Nash is like what, 6'7"?
Oh no, he's probably like he's one of those 7 footers.
7 foot. Oh yeah.
So you gotta imagine you up in the air and someone that's 7 foot something
versus from 5'11",
dropping you down.
6'10". He's 6'10".
He's 6'10". God damn it, that's a lot.
But
that's some
WWE build him at 7 feet tall.
I mean, you round up.
Just like for the big show.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so let's get into our weekly debate. As we said in the start of the show, our debate this week is comic book related. So we're going to talk DC and Marvel. Your boy Maurice has some very passionate words in regards to DC, but I want to put it out there first. What do you or why do you like Marvel movies better than DC?
I mean, have you seen their movies?
I have. Oh, I'm on your side. I'm just
It doesn't take much to if you look at a DC movie versus a Marvel movie. It's self-explanatory. I don't know what it is about DC. They cannot get a movie right.
They have so many great, and that's what's so crazy is you have great characters, and I don't know if it's. I'm not blaming. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think we should necessarily blame the actor, but it's like
it's not the actors.
It's not necessarily the actors, but I have a real like when Ben Affleck when they made him Batman. I just don't see. I don't see Ben Affleck as Batman, but it's so funny because I can vision him for Bruce Wayne. Christian Bale for me set that bar, so it's really hard for the new Batmans to come to kind of take it like, okay, because I just feel like that trilogy it's just sad to not see him being that Batman anymore. But yeah, DC does have a way of kind of like it gets the level of success it gets up there, but once you really like when you watch it, I don't know, I can't get into it.
Do you think that maybe they're remaking movies so often that it's starting to become I don't know, kind of stale in a sense, like it loses that
you have in a decade, like it's too much.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, they're trying to compete with the Marvel franchise, of course. But I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna take. I don't know if it's the character, if it's the story, or what's going on. It's just it gets cheesy.
Well, Mo really liked Wonder Woman 2. He loved that movie. I think that's top 5 for you all time.
You did?
No. You didn't sense the sarcasm there.
No, I didn't.
That movie was horrible. Okay,
I didn't even attempt to watch it. I was just hearing some things that just wasn't making sense. But I'm not a huge fan of Wonder Woman anyway.
Look, it was trying to deliver a message, which was fine.
Yeah,
I get the message that they were trying to deliver. But the visual effects were garbage. It's bad. The first 5 minutes, I sat and I was like, okay. So this is what I'm in for. All right.
Did you like the first one? Hold on. Did you like the first one?
I liked the first one. The first one was good.
I agree.
I don't know. I feel like either did they lose the contract with the company that handled their cinematography or visual effects. I don't know what happened. Like,
I don't think that was bad. I think it was just it dragged on too long. And
the story, not only was the visual effects at times the visual effects were off, but also the ending. They built up, and you can say this is a spoiler. I don't give a damn. You should have watched the movie by now. But
Or actually, you might be saving people, so you're good.
I might be saving you from this. 3 hours. Yeah, exactly. 2-3 hours. So they built up the villain. So you had the antagonist as the genie guy or whatever. Grant the wishes. So I expected that by the end of this movie, Wonder Woman is going to somehow this man is going to have all this power and they're going to go at it. They're going to fight. But then all of a sudden, Cheetah came in, and
what?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Cheetah came in, and Cheetah was the one that had a quick little fight with Wonder Woman, and she never did denounce her wish. So I don't know what happened with her. They just showed her at the end, so it was like if everyone. So then you want us to believe that everybody denounced their wish in order for everything to go back to normal and the genie to lose
humanity
his powers.
Not that good.
Yeah, I was like, come on now. Yeah, everyone didn't do that. Like, I know damn well I wouldn't renounce mine, so I don't know. But it just didn't make sense towards the end. So it felt like it was rushed. It felt like it wasn't. I don't know. They could have done more.
So I agree with you completely in that fight scene. Kristen Wiig is known for comedy and everything, and I appreciate her trying to venture into this type of a role. Yeah. But it just at times you're just sitting there waiting for her to bust out some stupid joke or make something funny.
And she didn't.
It's not coming. It's just weird.
She didn't. Yeah.
You're used to it. I appreciate it. She tried. But
so you guys care for her more within like the Justice League and everything, and Batman versus Superman versus the her own movie itself?
No, they had because the first one was great. I love the first movie. The second one it was bad.
Okay.
And I'm not critical of them. I'm like, I support everything, but I agree. So I think that's DC true. Is the Batman movies are for sure their highlight. I mean, no one's ever going to beat Joker. Or the Dark Knight series.
But here's the thing: the DC movies, as far as like the Batman, were made and produced entirely different from the ones that are handling this phase of the DC universe. So it's something about this phase, this DC universe, that they just can't get it right. So I don't know if they need to talk with Marvel and see, get some of their people on board or something.
It's a competition, man.
Or go get Christopher Nolan.
Get Christopher Nolan. Yeah, go ahead. Send him a text and be like, "Hey, Wonder Woman didn't go like we wanted to go. Can you help us out?"
You got Suicide Squad too, and that movie was hot garbage as well.
Yeah, somebody gonna have to send a hey big head text to somebody.
I actually forgot about Suicide Squad too.
Will Smith, I'm sorry, man.
Wow, I forgot all about it.
I think Will Smith turned down The Matrix. He's been trying to find that one thing, and it's just nothing's comparing, man.
Okay, could y'all even picture
West?
Wait, okay. I know this is gonna start some controversy, but Wild Wild West was a decent movie.
No, he turned down The Matrix for Wild Wild West.
Oh, okay.
And he did state that was probably his worst.
He did, yeah. He owned up to it. That is.
I mean, I wouldn't say that's his worst movie.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it.
I'm a Hikes.
Nice soundtrack.
It was. Wiki Wild West, Jim West, Desperado, Rough Rider.
Good music.
No, you don't want nada.
Music. Yeah, that's
none of this. I run this. If I run this, Buffalo Soldier. Look, it's
it's off the song, bro.
That is one of the jams. That's supposed to be one of the jams.
It was a hit, man.
So let's go through Marvel then. This is a hot debate I've had with some people, but who do you guys like better, Iron Man or Captain America?
Okay, no. Before we let's ask Nilo. Nilo, who do you like better? I want to get your perspective on this.
Absolutely. I am Iron Man all the way, and here's the reason why.
Okay.
Because Captain America is nothing but a roided up, somehow is able to live forever person. You got Iron Man. He doesn't have any powers per se, so it plays off of Bruce Wayne a little bit. He's rich, he's funny, he's sarcastic, he's kind of an asshole, and he's smart as hell.
It's only because it's Robert Downey Jr.
No, but the character himself is made. If you like do the comic books and everything, that is what that character is supposed to be. They picked a perfect character to play him. But to me, when people are Captain America's they just roided the dude up, this skinny little guy, and then they made him to be able to live forever. It's like,
so who's like the face of Marvel? I mean, when you think about DC, you have Batman, I assume, and maybe second is Superman, or I don't know. It's a toss up between those two.
Some people probably put Superman
Yeah,
over Batman.
but you know that for certain it's those two. So when you look at Marvel,
too.
who do you say is the face of Marvel?
Iron Man and Captain America.
Those two.
It's those two.
Those two, and then everybody else kind of like falls in line. I agree with Nilo. I mean, I know personally, like I like both. I mean, I think that the story for Captain America is a little more appealing for me because I look at Iron Man. It's more so of the suit. The suit is really cool. I like the type of character that he is.
Mm-hmm.
But when you think about action, because I'm all for the action scenes. I'm like, who kicking the most ass and all of that. I gotta go with Captain America over Iron Man on that.
Don't get soft on me, Deontay.
I'm just head hard, pretty good moral compass.
Don't nobody care about that.
I know, because at the end of the day, I like Thanos. So
yeah, you
do?
Oh yeah, he's all
about. I'm all about Thanos, man. You know what, man?
Remember when I was
forget these humans.
Nilo, I had to ask Reese like 10 times, like, what is his name? I was calling him Tantos. Like, which one is that?
Which one is Tantos?
Tantos?
Wasn't that the sidekick for the Green Lantern?
What, Tantos?
Tantos.
There's another terrible movie by DC.
God.
All right, so wait, Mo, which one's yours? Captain America or Iron Man?
Man, I'm gonna go with you on that one. I am gonna say Iron Man. I mean, because Iron Man is cool. I mean,
he's cool.
He's cool. And when we look at the movies, hands down, Robert Downey Jr. Come on, is the perfect. Like when I think of Iron Man, I picture only Robert Downey Jr. Mm-hmm. Like if they were to make any sort of remake, I will protest that. I will. You can't. Robert Downey Jr. made that role like it's. I don't know. Yep. It's just him.
I agree.
It's him. Plus, he's cool. I mean, you know, the technology.
Oh, he is. He's smart. I can't see nobody really.
Captain America is just strong, and he has a damn shield.
The shield is, I don't really care for the shield.
He was made in the lab.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, I'm just saying. You know, I think that's pretty boring to me.
And we watch him. We watch him go from Chris Evans to Joe Biden. Joe Biden back to Chris Evans, right?
Oh, that's right. All right.
I forgot about that.
Last question I have for you guys. Which one is your favorite Marvel movie? The ones that have been out as of now.
Black Panther. And it's not because I am black. Yeah. But however, no, that's my favorite. That is one of my favorites.
That's a man. You know, so this is why it's more challenging when you talk about Marvel, because I wouldn't have had an answer for you for DC, or I would have been able to easily say The Dark Knight. But with Marvel, there are so many great movies,
Dark Knight,
especially now with the Disney Plus subscription. You can actually watch all those movies, and I'm starting to do that. Like watch the whole timeline, and I'm like, geez, every one of these are so good.
Yeah.
You know, as far as one I would say is the best, it has to be the last two. So that was
Endgame and Infinity Wars.
So yeah, which one was first, Infinity Wars or Endgame?
Infinity War and then
Infinity Wars.
So I would say Infinity War because I really loved how everybody was in on it.
Yeah.
And I think that was it built the excitement because Civil War was when we got Spider-Man involved. Yeah. And then you brought him on to Infinity War. Yeah. And man, it was nonstop action. Visually amazing. The dialogue, the storyline, you know, and at the end was, you know, people got emotional. I remember going to the movie theater and people were crying, you know, seeing half the people die off. I like Thanos, so I was like, yes. Finally. But yeah, man, that's my favorite Marvel movie.
So I didn't start watching it until COVID, right? And during COVID, every lockdown, that's when I plowed through them, and I found this because I didn't know how to watch them, right? And I found how you're supposed to watch them in order. And the order I watched it was perfect. Everything kind of went through as it should. And I think that's what made me really fall in love with it. But they're all good. And to your point, Mo, I don't know if I can pick. All the Iron Man ones are awesome.
Yeah.
But the one that really surprised me was Ant-Man.
Oh yeah,
pretty funny. Like it was a good movie. Both of them were really good.
Yeah, I have to go back. I'm gonna do the same thing, Nilo, because I know it's phases.
Yeah.
So that's what I plan on doing. It's gonna probably take a couple days, but I want to really thoroughly like go back through each one because it is some of the films I have not seen.
Yeah.
So I just want to really like have a better understanding of each character, because I mean each movie makes so much sense for it seems like it always leads up to the next one, and then you go back and like, oh, okay, I understand that, better now. So yeah, I plan on doing the same.
I thought about so Deontay made a comment about the when we was talking about Robert Downey Jr. being Iron Man, and he was saying it's the same as Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. And
oh yeah, 100%. It's like you can't see nobody else doing it. You can't see. He said Ryan Reynolds for Deadpool. And then I mean, but see, that's the thing. Some of those characters, but then now you're seeing like that's what I'm saying. Not to kind of bring it back to DC, you're seeing like okay, Christian Bale was Batman, Bruce Wayne, and then you got Ben Affleck, and then now you're gonna have what's my man's name from Twilight, Robert or. Right. So now, I mean, it's just one of those things. I'm actually open to see what they do for him. I just couldn't get into it with the Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne. I mean, Ben Affleck and George Clooney are the only Batmans, but I just cannot take serious.
Was it George Clooney that had the nipple suit? Was that remember it was the one? I think it was George Clooney when he did his Batman. He had big pointy nipples on his suit. That's what they used to make fun of. They used to make fun of the bat suit.
Can't take them serious.
That's what you zoned in on, the nipples.
I'm just saying that's what it's known for. I think it was Batman versus Robin.
Those were funniest those with George Clooney when they have Poison Ivy and they have Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's great. They were garbage.
More of a comedy. Yeah, it seems like more of a comedy. But Christian Bale to me was like he set the bar. It's like ever since he came in and he made his exit, I don't know.
So do you think? Are you saying Christian Bale was the best Batman in your opinion?
In my opinion.
Yeah.
He's the best for me because I feel like he excelled both roles because you got to get the side of Bruce Wayne. I feel like we saw that, but then we also got the action, and when it was serious, besides the voice, I'm like, okay, he probably went hoarse a couple times. I'm sure because I had to talk like that all the damn time. I'm pretty sure my voice would be out too, but. It's just like to go up against Bane, right? To go against Bane and everything. Like Christian Bale was the shit. Like he just executed it. I mean, the Dark Knight was amazing, but the Batman Begins. Like
the first
the first one that was great, and then you turn around with the Dark Knight Rises, and you end it. And I'm watching it's like, damn it, I really wish it could have kept going, but.
Right.
I mean, it is what it is, but I mean, he really set the bar, and it's like Ben Affleck comes in, and it's just like. It doesn't like, oh man, this is Batman. It's like, oh, it's just Ben Affleck.
I think they're remaking the movies too quick. Like,
you gotta have some time.
Give it some time. Like literally, we just went through a timeline where there was the Christian Bale, there was a Ben Affleck, and then now we have another one coming up. What's his name, Patterson, something or whatever.
Yeah.
Patterson.
Well, you know what? With that being said,
all within like a 10, 12 year.
Well, both you guys said Iron Man. So I mean, and then with the passing of Chadwick, could you guys see somebody else if Iron Man comes back? Could somebody else play Iron Man besides Robert Downey? Or could
no, that's what Mo just said. Absolutely not. And that's what I think is the other problem with DC is they're just redoing the same, like different characters. Everything. If you take a look at Marvel, nobody else is playing Iron Man. Nobody else is playing Captain America. You're keeping the same characters and they're riding through and writing the whole storyline. They just cast it right the first time, which is the important part. And then you move that character.
So much so, I just wanted to make this point. So much so, Marvel did such a great job that when they made that Marvel Avengers video game, there was such backlash because the characters did not look like the ones from the movies. and like there, and yeah, people call so much. Everybody was just being very critical because
Chaos.
because they expected to see Iron Man, as Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Helms whatever,
Right.
and the whole cast.
Right.
So Marvel did a great job solidifying that legacy of those actors as those characters, whereas DC, one movie didn't work, or so now next time we make a movie, we're gonna recast it with someone else.
Right.
So much so where now you can have a conversation where you can now look at there are 5 or 6 different Batmans, there are 4 or 5 different or more Jokers that you can compare. I mean, it just keeps adding on.
Right.
So.
As we start to wind down here, one question for you guys, and Mo, we kind of talked about this the other day, and I'm in full agree with what you said, Mo. It's all these comic book movies. I want them to, and that's why I think The Dark Knight was so good. I want them to be dark. I want them to be R-rated. Don't give me no PG-13, PG. Like I want gory stuff where we're like, if you take, we talked about The Boys on Amazon. That show is phenomenal. If you haven't checked it out, check out that series on Prime. But The Boys takes superhero R-rated level. Now I don't think they'll ever do that with Marvel and DC, but I do like it when they are dark and they do have. They're for adults. They're not for kids.
Well, you got Deadpool. I mean, that's probably
that's hilarious though.
Yeah, I mean, you got Deadpool is R-rated, and then Wolverine. But I think Wolverine is part of. I mean, it's Marvel, but I think it's still under Sony or something, which I don't know.
Spider-Man, I think,
which I don't know if Disney bought them. I don't know where they're at, but yes,
Disney buy everything. So
Disney. Yeah, I mean Disney. Yeah, of course,
it's Disney and Amazon. That's the two.
Disney and Amazon. Yeah, they're gonna own everything. But to your point, like the conversation and Q, I want to get your opinion on this. I want R-rated superhero movies going forward.
I agree. I think that would be because I just think if you don't have an R-rated, you're gonna make it real cheesy.
Yeah.
You want them to be able to talk freely. You want them to have enough action, but then you want to make it. You want to get as realistic without getting too out of special effects. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like too much of that, and we want what fits now. Not necessarily, no disrespect towards anything as far as like what action flicks were happening within the 90s or beforehand or even the early 2000s. We want that because Matrix really changed. That movie changed the whole action game. We all know that created a whole epidemic of seeing how certain fight scenes and everything goes with movies moving forward. But however, I definitely agree with you guys. I think a rated R format will definitely keep the interest. Sorry, kids, if you're under 17, I don't know what to tell you. But
look at this.
go with your parents.
They've seen worse. They've seen worse. There are things that they show on regular broadcast television on ABC, Fox, NBC, and all those channels that they did not show when we were growing up.
You made it through 4 years. We already know. I'm not gonna get too on the politics, but it's all right. We got through 4 years. We had in there. It's good. You can go rated R movie. It's cool. We got to definitely keep that going. But I agree with you guys. Definitely. That just makes the best.
I want to see Thor smash somebody's head with a hammer.
Yeah.
I want to see the Hulk rip somebody apart.
Yeah, why not? Like, why not?
Make it happen.
People sleep on the Hulk, but Hulk is cool. Hulk is good in my book. He's probably not in my top 5, but he's there. He's in a 10.
Yeah, he's in a 10.
He's in a 10.
All right. Well, guys, it's been a great show and a great conversation. Really appreciate you joining us, Q.
Yes, sir.
Perspectives.
Always.
We'll open it up for some final thoughts and comments for the people. Q, what you got going on?
Oh man, you guys can catch me live probably sometime this week for sure, over the weekend. Definitely get that going. Follow me on Q Hampton and Q Hampton on Facebook as well. So the same thing for IG. I'm just on IG and Facebook, but yeah, just catch my live sets. Tune in. I set a couple vibes for everybody. And, yeah, that's it. That's what I'll be doing.
Just catch it. Yeah, and just play it up, and you're good to go. Be out there, just
exactly. Just come get a dose of the Q.
Definitely appreciate you, brother.
Oh yeah, for sure. Always.
Momo, any final thoughts?
Yeah, Ted Cruz is like, never mind. I'm just kidding.
No. You want to shout
just
Lane Tech
joking.
one more time, or are you good?
Huh?
You want to shout out Lane Tech one more time, or are you good?
Oh, you already know every episode, every week. Lane Tech, class of 07. Stand up, represent LT, Myrtle and Gold.
I want to get to episode 100, and you're still shouting out.
And I'm still going to shout out Lane Tech.
I ain't mad at you. Hold it down, brother.
No, absolutely.
Hold it down for yours.
Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at the Ringside Hour, #TRH. We'll be back next Wednesday live between 6 and 8. Hit that notification button so that you can see what time we are live. Also follow Mo, and that way you'll get notified as well. We are live, and you can catch this on repeat on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Until next week, guys, we are out.
And shout outs to Taco Bell.
Deep dish, let's go.
All right, bros.